Hi, I'm Loli, and I'm so glad you are here. In today's video, we'll be creating these 3 beautiful farmhouse DIYs, and here we go with the first inspiration. I used 2 of these new wood pieces from Dollar Tree, and I went ahead and painted it with 1 coat of my apple barrel white acrylic paint. I made sure to add the paint to all the beads as well and all the grooves in between. I also painted the outside little frame and the edges as well. Here you just see me doing the very front and just making sure that my strokes are straight so they have a nice streak look to them. And I'm making sure to get into all the little grooves of the entire piece, and I recreated this with both of them. Once I was done, I'm just going to dry it really quickly with my heat gun. And then we are going to take some of this folk art rich black paint, and I'm going to dry brush it over the beads only. And I repeated the second process on the other one. And then I'm going to dry brush with the same paintbrush on the front. You see right there going on streaks up and down just to distress this a bit. And then I'm going to take 2 of these hangers that I got from Dollar Tree. I'm just going to remove them off the packaging, and first I glue them with a bit of hot glue just to hold them in place. I'm just making sure first that my back is nicely done before I put these hooks on. So I'm removing the stickers with some heat. And then once that is done, I'm going to come in and use some of the rich black paint from folk art, and I'm going to paint my back in to give it a nice finished look. When I went to the edges of the project, I'm using strokes towards the edge to avoid any paint going on the sides of my project. I figure that this gives me a little bit more control and everything stays nice and neat. And I repeated the same process with the other one as well. Here they are nice and dry, and we are going to go ahead and make a hanger for these first. So I'm going to take some, I was thinking, and I figured out, let's just do the regular jute cord idea we usually do. So I took a small piece of jute cord, made a knot. But when I made the knot, how you usually put it once through the hole, I looped a piece of jute cord twice through the hole, so my knot will be a little bit thicker. And I did that in 2 different sections of the jute cord, and then I cut it off. Now we are going to attach it using some hot glue. I just placed hot glue in one side, placed my piece there a little bit above that knot, and then once it was a little bit stable, I added a little bit more hot glue on top of it. And we're going to loop it and do the same thing on the other side. And I'm going to hold this in place until the hot glue sets. And I did the same thing with the other one. I'm going to let them dry. Then once they were dry, I'm going to flip them over, and it's time to attach these in here. So I'm going to attach them first with some hot glue just to keep everything in place. And I'm going to then come in with the screws that came with this piece. And the screws here are measuring to make sure if they are too big, and they were a tad too big, but I still decided to use them. I didn't have any screws any smaller, so I'm just going to use the pointy section of the screw, and I'm going to just drive it with a screwdriver using some pressure. If you like, you can use a drill and pre-drill a hole. That will be making it a lot easier, but for me that was the easiest at this time. And as you see right here, it went through a little bit, but that is fine. Let's go ahead and put the other one in there, and then we are going to take care of the back. Now that both screws are there, we are going to go ahead and take our snips here, and one of them I was able to cut off the pointy section, but I wasn't so lucky for the other ones. So I decided to add hot glue to avoid any scratching or any injury. And this is how they were turning out. I was going for a little bit more of a subtle look, so I came in with some white apple barrel acrylic paint, and I'm just turning down that black a little bit. If you like the black one more, I will just stop at this point, but I was going for a more subtle look, so I'm just going over this just to tone down this and make this be more cohesive with the metal piece. I repeated the same process with the other one, and that is it for this one. Let me know what you think. My friends, so this video is part of the What Will You Make Open Invite collaboration that is hosted monthly by Connie from Connie's Workshop and DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIY, and the guest host this month is Anna from the Grace Life DIY Home Decor. The link to their channels and to their playlist will be linked in the description box below and also pinned in the comments. Make sure that you head on over to the channels and to the playlist and show everyone some love. I want to take a quick moment to say thank you to my subscribers for subscribing, commenting, liking, sharing. All of these things truly help my channel grow, and I am so grateful for you for all of it. And if you have not subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Go ahead and join the Loli's Creations family and subscribe. It is free, and it means the world to me, so please subscribe. For our next inspiration, we're going to be using one of these wood signs from Dollar Tree. And I removed that tag, and we're tucking away that hanger as well so it doesn't get all painted on. Now I'm going to take some of this white acrylic apple barrel paint, and we're going to cover the entire front of this sign and the sides as well. As you see there, I was very generous, but we're going to just spread this around in the entire sign, making sure to also get the sides. And this is how it's looking so far. Now we're going to take some of this black folk art, rich black paint, and we're going to just paint the top section of the word home. Here I was using a big brush, and I found like I didn't have enough control, so I switched to a different brush that was shorter and stiffer, so this gave me a bit more control. I didn't want to get that black all on the white section I had just painted, and this made it a breeze. So I just took my time and just went over just the top section of the letters. So friends, true story, I am recuperating from COVID one more time. I guess we got it at the hospital. My husband also got it. Thank God he's doing much better as well. And all of us were sick. But we're doing much better, and it's so nice to come back and be able to craft and have a voice again. All right, so here we are going to also paint that border using the same rich black from folk art. But if you see here, I am not doing complete coverage on this part. I want this to look distressed, so I want to make sure that some of that white peeks through that paint as well. So I'm just using the same brush that I use for the letters, but I am being intentional to not press down and to watch the amount of paint that I'm putting on my brush, so that way I do have some sections that look like they were faded away. And this is how our sign is looking so far, but we are not done yet, you know already. I'm going to take some of this boxwood that I just got from Dollar Tree. I had boxwood from Dollar Tree before, but it was a little bit less than this, and the colors in this are a lot vibrant, so I love it. So I cut up two of the stems as you see there. I had made them a little too long, so I am cutting off that excess piece of that wire off, and we're going to just play with the arrangement of this, making sure to find like the best look for this, and making sure also that the letters are not covered up. Once I was happy with the placement, I'm just going to come in with my hot glue, and we're going to glue each one of the pieces down to the frame, and repeated that with both of the pieces right there. And now we are going to create a bow. So I'm going to use a buffalo check ribbon that I got from Michael's doing a grab bag, and I'm going to just go ahead and cinch the end of the ribbon, and I'm going to create a double loop bow. I'm sorry guys that I'm out of frame right here, but pretty much what I did was just do like an awareness bow twice, just, you know, meandering the ribbon towards each side twice, and then we are cinching it in the middle as you see right there. And then I took a piece of wire and I'm tying it right there in the middle to cinch it nice and close. Once I had it there, I just tightened it as much as I could so you can barely see that wire in the middle. If you're wondering about my ribbon station, I made that in a previous video. I will shortly link it in the top of this video so you're able to refer to it. And I'll try to put it in the description box as well so you're able to refer to it. Alright, so here I just dovetailed the ends of my ribbon and we're just going to go ahead and glue it right there at the center of the two pieces of greenery. But of course I have to fluff it first, so that's what I'm doing here. And then eventually I'm going to glue it onto the middle. And you think I'm done? I'm not done yet. I'm going to replace that hanger. It was bothering me. So I'm coming in with this beaded garland from Dollar Tree and we are going to cut off right there at the tag. But I'm going to be using this other piece for something else in a little while. So I'm cutting, making sure that the longer piece stays with the tassel. And we're going to take the rest of the beads and I pulled off from one side that jute cord from the back of the sign. I added a little bit of hot glue to the tip and then kind of made like a needle point with it. Please be careful here, guys. Use your finger protector. I have years of training flipping arepas without any mittens or anything. So I have no warmth or any heat sensitivity left on my fingers. So please use finger protectors. Do not do as I'm doing because, you know. Anyway, I took all the beads and threaded it onto my jute cord as you see there until I had the whole thing filled up. Then here I'm doing a double knot. I'm just putting that jute cord through the same hole twice instead of just once and then tightening it up. And we are going to use a little bit of hot glue to reattach the other side to the back of the sign. Then I took a piece of craft paper and I'm going to add it to the back because you see that mess in the back? I don't like it, and this is going to be put to be sold. So I want the new owner to be proud of this piece on all sides. So I'm just going to add some hot glue to the back of the sign on the line on each one of the edges, and I'm just going to keep flattening the paper alongside that glue, pressing it down, making sure it adheres nicely. And I did that until the entire sign was covered. Now I'm taking my X-Acto knife and I'm going to just go ahead and cut off all the excess craft paper from the perimeter of the entire sign. I really should have done this before I did the cord, but I didn't. So here I was being very careful not to cut off the jute cord of the hanger while I was trying to remove the excess paper, and I succeeded. And now we are done. Let me know what you think. For the next inspiration, I'm going to be using the rest of that garland that I used for the previous DIY. I'm going to be using one of these tags that I got from Dollar Tree. They are paper. I removed that jute that it came with, and instead we are going to thread it onto the end that we have there from the jute cord. But we are going to cinch that jute cord off first to make sure everything is nice and neat, and then we are going to loop it through on here, because if we do it afterwards, we run the risk of burning our paper tag. So I just did a double knot on there. Then I took some hot glue and I'm adding it onto that piece of jute. I just want to make sure to thread this onto the bead. So I added some of that hot glue, make sure that those two pieces of jute are nicely adhered together, and then I'm going to slide the beads right down to where the knot is to create a nice seamless look. Make sure that the cord wasn't too tight in order to have this to move nice and freely as we are decorating with it. And that is it for that part, but I wanted to add a little something to the tag, so I am using one of those chalk markers from Dollar Tree, and I'm putting on here Farmhouse. I'm just trying to keep my letters nice and tall and skinny. And look how cute that turned out. I am proud of me. Proud of me? Yes, I'm proud of myself for being able to do this, on the first try. Sometimes I mess up, but it turned out so cute. And that is it, guys. Let me know what you think of this one. More of it in the final reveal. Oh, look who it is. It's the final reveal. Look at these, guys. Let me know how you like them. I love them. Which one is your favorite? I always want to know. So make sure that you let me know in the comments. My friends, as always, thank you so much for watching. Be blessed, be a blessing, and craft responsibly. And if you would like to follow me on social media, here are my social media links. And don't forget to visit my friends in the playlist. If you would like to watch some more of my videos, here's a suggestion, and you are more than welcome to binge away with this playlist as well. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. You're amazing. Bye.